show, people.
Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Man, please. All about my brizzed like ham and cheese. Pretty slow Monday. But hey, 40, that's right, 40. 40 water. 40 ounces of malt liquor. 40 days until Selection Sunday. Let that sink in. 40 days. Divide that by 7. A little less than 6. Championship week, so that now you're down to a little less than 5. About 4 weeks and a few days of college hoops, a regular season before we get into championship week. Conference champions, Selection Sunday, and then the greatest postseason in sports history, March Madness. Man, please. Cannot wait to diggity dive in and indulge today. It's Tuesday. It's Super Tuesday, baby. City is jumping. I can feel the energy. Super Bowl. 5 days away. Kind of excited. My bets have been in since last week. I'm just waiting to watch. Waiting to win. I'll touch on those again later this week for those who don't know. We're doing D-Hop, baby. DeAndre Hopkins. Over receiving yards. I got it at 13. Last time I saw it was 10. About to double down. Make that a double, please. Also on the damn Chiefs. Anyway, it's Tuesday, baby. Power Rankings. College basketball's top 10. According to this guy, the Red Beard's Power Rankings of college basketball. I know. Nobody's going to agree with my list, but I don't give a hot ham. That's why it's my list. Also, gonna recap yesterday. A few games that matter. Not many, but a few. Like Pittsburgh. Welcome to the NIT. On the bubble, and you lose to Virginia. Not a good look. Anyway, also going to preview tonight, Super Tuesday. Got 5 of those things for you. Going heavy on the dogs. Heavy on the damn dogs tonight, but we will preview all games that matter. Some big ones, some great ones, some good ones. Especially in the Big East and the Big Ten. Man, it's crazy. Also, shout out to Leonard Hamilton and Lenny Ham. Came out yesterday. He's gonna resign at the end of this season. Man, ACC went from power, the cream of the crop as far as college basketball goes, to now I guess they're a lacrosse conference. SEC, Big 10, Big 12. That's where the basketball action's at. Throw the Big East in there too. I mean, they're not a football conference, the ACC, no? No? I guess you got Bill Belichick now. I don't know. Man, the list of ACC coaches, heartbreaking. The ones we've lost just in the last 5 years or so. Coach K, the biggest name. Roy Williams. Boheim, my guy, after 40 something years. Mike Bray, leaving Notre Dame. Tony Bennett, Coach Larinaga, and Leonard Hamilton. All three of those departing this season or after this season. Man, whew, heartbreaking. Speaking of new coaches, Hubert Davis. He reported yesterday that North Carolina was in the offseason. Sorry, I can't control my laughter. They're going to hire, he said, we're going to hire a general manager moving forward, you know, help navigate the NIL, the transfer portal. I mean, it's basically free agency now. A lot of teams are going to go to having a general manager instead of having a head coach try to navigate those areas. The funny part is, he said, we're Hubert Davis. If you're the coach of North Carolina next season, you got blackmail on somebody. This guy should be the hell up on out of here. I mean, send this guy to Kent State. Northern Illinois might be looking for a coach. Maybe even LaSalle. Hubert Davis should not be the North Carolina coach next season, and that is not a joke. Anyway, it's Captain by a Hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. StareDownSports.com. Telling you, check it out. I'm breaking down every team in detail. In detail. Countdown to March, baby. The countdown to the madness is on, and it's on. StareDownSports.com. Stare Down Greatness. I'm Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live on a damn fan spam mantastic Super Tuesday, baby. We're rocking and we're rolling, counting down to the Super Bowl. Anyway, let's dive into last night. Tell you a little something about last night. Virginia, they go to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's 12.5 point favorites. Every game for Pittsburgh's is we need to win this. 73-57. Pittsburgh loses at home. Shout out to number 7. Or it's probably Day. Day Ames. 27 points for Virginia in the win. Pittsburgh falls to 5-6 in ACC play. Pittsburgh now welcome to the NIT. McNeese coming off of their first loss in conference play. 17.5 point favorites. Some people were smart. It dropped to 15.5 by tip. End up losing. Not losing. Excuse me. Only winning by 2. If you bet them, you lost. 67-65. Alarming. But nobody will remember this in 3 weeks because they did win. They won. They're 11-1 in the Southland. Stephen F. Austin, and the F stands for we won by 3 against New Orleans. UNO, baby. Lil Wayne once said, don't give me no silly BS about you ain't a HOE. I bring you to my city and roll you at UNO. I always thought that was a fun line. Charleston, College of Charleston, 2 upsets here. And the return of the Mac. Chris Mack, my dog. Bald Head Billy, your new nickname. College of Charleston, losing to William and Mary last night by 15 points, 90-75. William and Mary, watch out now. They improved to 8-2 in conference play in the CAA conference. Whoever gets in the tournament from there, watch out for them. They're going to sneak up on some people. Sneak up and lose by 30. That's because once they get to the anyway, they'll be a 16 seed or something. But William and Mary taking care of business last night, 90-75 victory over College of Charleston. The return of the MAC officially. Who cares anymore? It's officially dead. You're bald head Billy now. In North Texas, the Mean Green basketball playing machine, they went on the road to UAB. Both of these teams went to last night 7-2 in the American Conference. One walked away the victor. One walked away 8-2, and it was UAB beating down North Texas. North Texas falls to 7-3 in conference play. Shout out to this kid, Yaxel Lindyborg. Yaxel Lindyborg. 17 points, 13 rebounds, 3 steals, carrying UAB to victory. Some good games last night, man. And the biggest game of them all. We got a treat. And boy, you look at the slate yesterday, it's Monday, and you're thinking, man, we get to see Iowa State, Kansas. Standalone power conference game. Two of the best going at it. We're going to get a dandy. Probably going to be a 1-point buzzer beater, late game March Madness fashion. Maybe they even go into overtime. You're biting your nails. You can't wait. And then Iowa State shows up and ordered 2 servants, 2 helpings, hefty ones. Some turkey dog whooping. No cheese. Iowa State did not show up. Iowa State has lost 3 in a row. Iowa State has fallen to 7-4 in the Big 12. Iowa State need to get under the hood. Something ain't right. And I have no idea what it is. I mean, they score only 19 points in the first half. They shoot 3 for 21 from deep. Let me give you an example. 14% from 3. They only shoot the ball 30% on the night, 31 if you round up, 30.6%, 19 for 62. You put up 62 shots and only make 19 of them. Yikes. You only score 52 points. Kansas defense is not that good. Also, you shoot the ball 55% from the charity stripe. Just all around horrible shooting night for Iowa State, while Kansas had an electric night. They shoot at 50% from deep, 9 for 18, shot the ball 47% from the floor. Zeke Mayo. Everybody thought AJ Storr would be the man. AJ Storr had 8. Zeke Mayo, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. That was the game high for both teams. Hunter Dickinson, 9 rebounds, 14 points, and DeJuan Harris Jr., 12, 4, and 4. Kansas, if they beat Baylor, they were up 21 on Saturday. I would say they're looking good. But that would be me lying to you. Kansas, much needed win last night against Iowa State. Iowa State losing 3 in a row. What the hell going on? Losing to Kansas, understandable and respectable. The 2 before that, though, now you know that ain't right. Captain by a hook, baby, with the red beard. Let's get into these power rankings. Let's rank them by power, according to this guy, the Redbeard's college basketball power rankings every week on a Tuesday. Got to shake them up this week. Yeah, come on up now. I said, you got to shake them up this week. Man, I went over yesterday all the teams that lost over the weekend that were ranked. And boy, was that a long list. Just trying to see if I still had it handy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 for the non-Espanol speakers. 11 ranked teams lose over the weekend. So I had to go to my secondary handy dandy rating system. Talk about in a second. The first 3 teams, pretty solid. You can put them anywhere you want them. These 3 teams are the best 3 teams in the nation. And then after that, you can pretty much flip flop these teams around however you want. I'm going on away wins and recency bias, meaning who beat who lost to who, so forth and so on. Starting off, number 1, the Blue Devils. Yes, sir. It's the bubble right there. I just talked about away wins. Only 4 teams in the nation undefeated on the road. Um, 3 of those teams in my top 10. One of them I put at 11. A little honorable mention. Those teams are St. Mary's, Duke, Texas Tech, and Houston. Only 4 teams undefeated on the road this year. Duke, for that reason, put them at number 1. Numero uno, the Blue Devils. I mean, they're special. They getting better every game. Auburn. Not gonna say they're the opposite, but I don't think they're getting better every game. I think they just are who they are. Duke getting better every game. At number 2, and we'll see number 2 and 3 play soon, and it'll be the battle of the number 2 and number 3. We're gonna go Alabama at number 2. Alabama's offense is something special, and they've added some damn defense to it this season. Love what I see from Alabama. They too feel like they're just getting better every game. Alabama at number 2. At number 3, Auburn Tigers. Bruce Pearl in the gang. Janiyah Broom. Uh, I'll just say this. I'm not putting much stock into Auburn this year, but man, hell of a season, 20-1 so far. Auburn, number 3 best team in the nation. This is where it gets shaky. I want to put Houston at 4. Texas Tech just beat Houston. Both of these teams undefeated on the road. Both of these teams having a hell of a damn year. Texas Tech just beat Houston. Got to do it, even though I don't want to do it. Give me Texas Tech at number 4, and we're going to go Houston at number 5. Man, Houston feels underrated at 5. Houston's a top 3 school team, should be. What did you just say? Houston should be a top 3 school in this nation. This week they're sitting at number 5 due to the 1-point overtime loss against Texas Tech. That was in Houston, by the way. Both of those teams undefeated on the road. So at number 6, Big Ten. I can't wait for these 2 teams, number 6 and number 7, to play. I did it a lot, and I didn't mean to do it. 8 and 9 are playing tonight. And then number 6 and 7 is a Big Ten matchup yet to come. And then 2 and 3, SEC, Bama, Auburn, and then Texas Tech, Houston just played at 4 and 5. So lots of good teams this year. But at number 6, I'm gonna go with the Michigan State Spartans. Only 3 losses on the season, 9 and 1 in Big Ten play. Gotta give them the bump. And then at number 7, the Boilermakers making their first appearance on my top 10 list this season. Purdue, the Boilermakers, put them at number 7 on this list. And then number 8, number 9, I said it. They about to play each other tonight. They're 11 and 12 in actual rankings. I got them at 8 and 9. Big East Action. G Marquette at number 8. The Golden Eagles. Shaka Smart. Shaka Khan. We're going Marquette at number 8 and number 9. Give me St. John's. The Red Storm, the St. Johnnies, 19-3 on the season, 10-1 in conference play, and they're at home tonight against Marquette. I think I don't know. I can't call that game, honestly. We'll talk about it a little more later in the previews. But Marquette at 8, St. John's at 9. At number 10, St. Mary's just beat Gonzaga, undefeated in conference play, undefeated on the road. St. Mary's. St. Mary's. The Gales. Put them at number 10 this week. And the number 11, honorable mention from the American Conference. Give me them Tigers of Memphis. Penny Hardaway has the gang grooving. 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 Penny Hardaway's got the gang grooving. Just to recap them. Duke, Alabama, Auburn, Texas Tech, Houston, Michigan State, Purdue, Marquette, St. John's, St. Mary's, Memphis. It's the power rankings from this guy. I'm Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs. You can call me Frank. It's Captain by a Hook, baby. Let's preview these games. I got 5 bets for you. Bring those to you momentarily. But first, let's talk about all the other games. Super Tuesday, baby. Marquette, just previewed this one a little. Taking on St. John's. St. John's at home. That's how I feel about this game. I want to take St. John's, but I just got a feeling that Marquette's going to come out and turkey dog them. I really do. I think Marquette wins this thing by double digits. I think Marquette surprises St. John's. I don't think St. John's has dealt with a team as good as Marquette yet this season. Um, Give me Marquette stealing the game on the road against St. John's. They're plus 125 on the money line. That's where my money would be if I was betting this game. But I really can't call it. Love both of these programs. Love both of these teams. I got futures on Marquette, so I'm just going to let this thing ride. Marquette winning the Big East. Been giving it out on the show all season. It's looking like it's in trouble. UConn's getting hot. Creighton is the hottest team in the nation. St. John's is 10-1. Big, big, big game for my futures. So I'm just going to let those ride on Marquette and root for the Golden Eagles. But I love St. John's, especially love them at home. Dayton, -9 in a hook taking on Davidson. I wouldn't lay this many points with Dayton against anybody. Do like Dayton to win it. My number is 5 or 6 in this game. Dayton -9.5. A little too big for me to jump on it. Jump on it. Massachusetts, UMass taking on St. Louis. This game's a flip 'em. I like St. Louis on the road, -105 on the money line. Not enough to entice me to bet it, but I do like St. Louis to steal this game against UMass on the road. Akron has had a hell of a season. Akron has been amazing. Akron, -14.5. You can't do it. Way too many points to lay with Akron. Ball State's going to keep that thing close. Think they keep it within 10. I do like Akron walking away with a win. However, these are some 2 fun ones. These are some 3 fun ones. These next 3 games. Minnesota, probably one of the best dog teams in the nation. Pretty good ATS team. They're +7.5 tonight on the road against a Penn State team who's tough at home. If I had to bet this game, I would take the +7.5 with Minnesota. They showed a lot of fight, just little talent. If they get some better talent, man, this program, it's on the rise, on the right direction. I like Minnesota plus the 7.5 taking on Penn State. These next two games, I'm telling you, there's some fun matchups tonight. Florida taking on the house that Vanderbilt. Florida coming off that loss to Tennessee. Florida is laying 11.5. Vanderbilt, very, very, very underrated team. I don't think they should be getting double-digit points against anybody. If I had to bet that game, it'd be Vanderbilt on the road plus the 11.5. Kentucky, they're taking on old Mississippi. Not sure about Lamont Butler's status. We saw how much they missed him against Arkansas. Arkansas whooped them up. Kentucky, this is where you show me something. I've been high on you all year. You've let me down the last 3 weeks. How do you bounce back? Old Miss is a team that I'm even just as high on. Gave out Old Miss to win the SEC, gave out Kentucky to win the SEC. Old Miss at home, Chris Beard. Both of these teams coming off of tough losses. Both of these teams hungry. This is a show me game for both of these teams. Who wants it more? And just speaking from experience, I trust Chris Beard more than Mark Pope. This is where Mark Pope has to prove to me, prove to the Kentucky fans, and prove to the world he's the right man for the job. It's games like this. You can't have a blunder against Arkansas and just fall apart. And honestly, I think they are capable of just falling apart. We might see Kentucky go on a horrible, horrible second half of the season based on that turning point. See how Mark Pope gets the gang riled up. I know Chris Beard's going to be ready and prepared, and I know Old Miss is going to come in fighting. This game's going to show me a lot either way. I don't have a bet for you either way. Old Miss at home, especially if Lamont Butler's not playing. But man, I would love to see Kentucky come out and steal this game and show me something. Old Miss though, I like them minus 200. I wouldn't lay the 4.5, but I don't. Again, I don't know. Nothing on this game sticks to my mind. Just gonna be a damn fun one to watch. If you're a college basketball fan, not as a gambler, you're gonna have this on your TV. Um, I'm probably gonna have it on, even though I got bets on other games. Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. They're taking on Florida State. Florida State firing their coach. I don't they know I'm going live. Make me log in the middle of a segment. Florida State's minus 2 and a hook at home, taking on Notre Dame. Both of these teams, just to say it bluntly, trash can water. I don't know if Florida State's going to rally around Lenny Hamilton's announcing his retirement and say, let's go get him some wins. Or if they're going to say, man, man, just going to quit. They already looking for the transfer portal. They already told their mama, give me the most money you can get me. I don't know. We'll see how they respond tonight. Staying away from it. But it's going to be a fun one. I might peek in on it. Peek in on it just to see Lenny Hamilton coach a few more times before he's out of here. Out of yonder. This is a fun one in the Big Ten. We got Purdue, number 7 in the nation, the Boilermakers. Number 7 on my list as well. They're taking on Iowa. At Iowa. Tough, feisty team in the Hawkeyes. Hawkeyes are plus 7.5 at home. Home dogs. Purdue minus 7.5. Purdue beat Indiana on Friday but didn't cover. This number just a little too big for me to lay with Purdue on the road. I like Purdue by about 4. 7.5 is stretching it. Houston at home off the Texas Tech overtime loss. Houston laying 22.5. Houston Sharp announced he will be out the rest of this week. Probably going to miss the next 2 games, possibly a third early next week, but I think he'll be back next week for their Tuesday or Wednesday game. Houston laying 22.5. I'm going to stay away from it, although we've seen what they do to bad teams, and Oklahoma State is a bad team. Houston can definitely win this thing by 40, like 62 to 22. I wouldn't be shocked. That's a little exaggerated, but I wouldn't be shocked if they hold Oklahoma State to around 40 and they score close to 70. but I'm not going to bet it at all. I'd probably bet the under if I was betting anything, 132 in the hook. Again, I don't think Oklahoma State gets to 50. I just don't know if Houston can get to 75. Just saying. Utah State, they need a win. They're coming off a few ugly losses. 8.5, they're laying on the road, taking on Wyoming. Wyoming is a bad team. How bad are they? I would bet Utah State minus the 8.5. Georgetown, yes. F Georgetown. Usually would fade them. They're plus 8.5 on the road at Xavier. Xavier's good, but Xavier's not great. I would bet Georgetown tonight if my body and mind would let me, but it won't let me. Georgetown plus 8.5 though. I like it. You say Nevada, I say Nevada. They're taking on the Air Force. Nevada minus 10 and a hook. I do like Nevada in this game. Double digits, it's a stretch. I'm not willing to sweat it out with them. Air Force has played a couple of teams tough, but then again, we talked about that team. Huh? Huh? I'm not shaving. Somebody might be. Anyway, Air Force at home plus 10.5. If I had to bet that game, though, I would still take Nevada minus the 10.5. St. Bonnie's, the Bonaventures, taking on Loyola Chicago. Both of these teams should be better than they are. Both of these teams. This is like a bear fight. Put two bears in a cage, throw one stake in there, see who comes out full. St. Bonnie's plus 2.5 on the road. Loyola Chicago. If I had to bet this game, I would just take the minus 135 on the money line with the home team. That's Loyola Chicago. Tonight. Tonight's the night. Super Tuesday, baby. Games galore. USC. The Trojans. Eric Musselman in the game. They just got, in my opinion, the best prospect coming next year. Yes. Gilbert Arenas' son. The kid is a doggy. He just announced he's going to USC. USC coming off of a huge win against Michigan State in California. Now they travel to Northwestern. They went from the beach to a snowstorm. USC's plus 2.5. If I had to bet it, I would take Eric Musselman and the gang to ride this wave. But then again, Northwestern at home, scary team. Northwestern minus 2.5 would be my bet, but I'm staying away. Oklahoma, the Sooners, they're headed down south, baby. They're taking on the number one team in the nation, Auburn. And Auburn is laying 17.5. My number for this game is 11-12. Get the hell up on out of here with 17.5 points. I think Oklahoma stays within 15 at least. Um, can't bet it either way, though. How do you bet against Auburn? They just been rolling all season. Clemson minus 13.5 at home, taking on Georgia Tech. Man, no way in HE double hockey sticks am I laying double digits with Clemson, but no way in HE double hockey sticks am I putting any kind of money on a Georgia Tech team. That I love. And when I say that stuff like that, I like the coach, Damon Stoudemire. Liked him as a player, liked him as a coach at Pacific, liked the opportunity he's getting with Georgia Tech. Would like to see him in a few more years with a few more years of recruiting. Recruiting. Few more years of recruiting. Kansas State. I hate to say this. Hotter than fish grease. They've had some good wins the last 2 weeks. They're taking on the Arizona State team that's cold as ice. What happens when you put hot grease over ice? It melts. Kansas State, even money plus 100 down there in Tempe. I don't know. Arizona State just crumbled against Arizona, crumbled at the end of the game, crumbled in the press conference. I don't think their mind even wrapped around the fact they have a game tonight. I think they're still crying over what Arizona did to them. Give me Kansas State plus money, even money, plus 100 on the money line. If I had to bet that thing, I'd go Kansas State. And then the last game before I give out my bets, Boise State road favorites tonight, taking on the Rebels of Las Vegas, UNLV. Give me UNLV plus 3.5. You don't go into Las Vegas and cover. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm not betting it, but I like it. I mean, who knows? It's a 10 o'clock game. I've bet a few games this year at 9:58 when I shouldn't have. When I shouldn't have. You're going to try and stay away from that one, baby. Super Tuesday. Super Tuesday. I got 5 of them things for you on the way. Right here. Right now. Right here. Captain by a hook with the red beard. Let's start this thing off with Murray State. Did he just say Murray State? Yes. We're going to fade him. Give me Drake, because we love the Drake. Drake? Drake. Don't know how many times I can say Drake differently. How many inside jokes have Drake in them? Drake -4 and a hook. I'm laying the points with Drake as a favorite. They've been making me nervous, but I like them. I love them. Think they win this thing by 8 or more. They're -4.5. I got 7 as my number. Give me Drake -4.5 against Murray State as the first bet of the evening. Now this is a tough one. Baylor just had that put everything in it, comeback win, come down from down 21 against Kansas on Saturday. Now you go on the road, taking on Texas Tech, in-state rivalry. I want Baylor to show me something. I want Baylor to get hot. I want Baylor to string together some wins. Baylor on the road. I got it at 8.5. It's 7.5. Give me plus 7.5. Baylor. Texas Tech also had that leave it all on the floor, winning overtime against Houston. Both of these teams probably going to be on their second leg. Give me Baylor plus 7.5. I think this game is close. Within 5, either way it goes, Baylor might steal it. Baylor plus 7 and a hook. That's the second bet of the night. Now let's get to some late night action. UCLA, the mighty Bruins, taking on Michigan State. My Michigan State Spartans. Michigan State's plus 135 on the money line. And that's where I'm going. Michigan State lost to USC. I don't know if they lose 2 in a row. Very possibly could. You're in LA. I don't know. I trust Tom Izzo. Get the boys focused. I also trust Mick Cronin when he says his boys are delusional. Give me Michigan State plus 135 on the money line. I'm riding. I might be. Late night action in the Big 12. Give me another road doggy plus 110. Arizona. Some could say they're coming off the emotional win against Arizona State. I say Arizona's in the zone. Can't mess with their head. They're taking on BYU at BYU. Give me Arizona as road dogs on the money line plus 110. We're going Drake -4.5. Baylor plus 7.5. Michigan State and Arizona on the money line. And for the best bet of the damn day, I gotta ask my man, Franklin, Earl, Beardwinaton to come on and give it to you. So I need somebody, anybody. Hit me with the horn. Franklin, Earl, Beardwinaton, but you can call me Frank. Best bet of the damn day. We're going to the Big Ten. Wisconsin. Wisconsin. They're pretty good this year, huh? Laying way too much tonight. They're taking on a tough, underrated, and overhated Indiana team. Indiana on the road. Plus 9.5. Took them Friday at plus 12.5 against Purdue. Lost by about 7. I honestly think Indiana could steal this game from Wisconsin. Don't understand the ranking for Wisconsin at 21 in the nation. But then again, who the hell am I? Give me Indiana plus 9.5 on the road, taking on Wisconsin. It's the Big Ten, baby. This game's going to be within 5 with 30 seconds left. I don't think Wisconsin has the guts, the nuts, or the bolts to cover. Give me Indiana. Excuse me. Excuse me. Give me Indiana plus 9 and a hook. It's captain. Buy a hook. 5 of them things for you. We're going Drake minus 4.5. Baylor plus 7 and a hook. Michigan State on the money line on the road in LA against the mighty Bruins. Arizona on the road on the money line plus 110 taking on BYU. And then Frank's best bet of the day, Indiana plus 9.5 taking on Wisconsin. That's Drake minus 4.5. Baylor plus 7.5. Michigan State, Arizona on the money line. And then the best bet of the day for my man Frank. Indiana plus 9.5. Hit the wrong button there. Gave you some jams. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love. And thank you for the support. It's Captain By Hook with the red beard. Presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs. Going live on a fantastic Tuesday. Super Tuesday. It is the 4th day of February. There are 40 days until Selection Sunday. The countdown to the madness is on. And it's right here on Captain By a Hook. Take all these wagers at your own risk. And please, please gamble responsibly.